country that you're in. So this is changing the narrative. I'm F1 Panza, your host, and with me today is Maame Meriba Ansah. She's got a very powerful story behind her, and I'm not going to take too much time. And we'll get straight into it very soon. So if today is your first time, this is changing the narrative, and we are starting off with the scholarship journeys. How to get a scholarship, how to find it. We invite various guests, and everybody has got a different side of the scholarship or study abroad part that they share, especially with how their journey went. And every day, even though we're talking about the same topic, I learn something different every day. And today, I know is going to be different as well because Mame is here to share her story. I know a bit of the story, but today I'm glad to have her to share the main gist, the whole gist, and I'm glad to have her here. Mommy, thank you very much for honoring our invitation and um, allowing us to hear your story and also sharing it so that we can learn one or two from it. It's a powerful story, and I know that if you're here to listen, it will encourage you, it will motivate you to not give up on your dreams. And I think in one of my post, I said if determination, resilience, and perseverance was a person, Mami, you embody all of that. And well done on still pushing. You're still doing great things out there, organizing events and stuff to help your the community that you're in right now. It's amazing what you're doing and using your story also to empower people out there. So thank you for joining us today and sharing and agreeing or deciding to share your story with us today. So without wasting much more time, I'm gonna leave it to you to introduce yourself first. Who is Mame? So if somebody wants to know Mame, well, who is Mame?
Okay. Good evening to you all. Thank you, Efwa, for giving me your platform to share my awesome story. And it's amazing. It hasn't been easy, but God has been faithful. Yeah. And thank
Amen.
you, everybody, for listening to me. Yeah. So, as you know, Efwa has mentioned my name. My name again is Maame Meriba Ansah. I was born and bred in Takrade, in the western region of Ghana. Yeah, so I'll start to say that I completed my senior high school in a Hansaman Girls Senior High School in Takrade. And immediately after a year, I moved to Wa Polytechnic, now Dr. Hila Liman Technical University in Wa, to do
Wow.
pharmacy technology course. Yeah. So I would say that time I was a pharmacy technician that time. And immediately after school, I just spent a week in Ghana, almost 3 days, and I left to India to do my Bachelor of Pharmacy. And at lovely Professional University in Punjab, Delhi that way, yeah. And I moved back to the African country, South Africa, also the southern part of Africa, and here has been awesome. Here I'm studying Master of Pharmacy, and I'm specializing in pharmaceutical chemistry. Yeah, so this is me. Thank you.
Right. So thank you very much for that introduction. Sorry, I'm navigating two screens at the same time. So if you see me watching something, it's because I'm navigating two different screens. I'm my own technician, so sometimes I get confused. I'm trying to do the YouTube one, and I'm hearing the feedback with my eyes rolling here and there. But hey, yeah. So wow. Then India, then now um
Road to University, South Africa.
South
Yeah.
Africa. Wow, Mame, you're traveling, you're traveling. So let's start with why. I mean, it looks like you're very much interested in pharmacy. It feels like it's something that you've always wanted to do.
Oh no, not that. I didn't know anything about pharmacy. My
Okay,
my my aim was, yeah, my aim and my vision was to become a lecturer one day. So when after
okay,
after senior high school, I just told my mom that I'm very close to my mom because I'm the only daughter. So I spoke
nice.
to her and I was like, Mom, I want to do a bachelor of education in mathematics. He was like, how come? No, I'm not going to let you do it. I was like, how? What is teaching? I don't love teaching. I was like, if you don't love, so it's meaning that I can't do what I want to do. And he was like, no. And I was like, okay. So I had friends, like I have, normally in my life, I take people older than me as friends so that they can impact me. So I had one guy in
Wisdom.
our area who those days was in the university, and he was not a lecturer but a teaching assistant. So I was very close to him. So I just got close to him and I was like, please, can you help me? I want to discuss an issue with you. And he was like, Mommy, you just sit down and let's talk. So I discussed my issue with him that this is what my mom is saying, but I want to become a lecturer and I'm desperate because everybody is going to school. It's not only me on in the house. 2014. And he was like, no problem. So he was like, okay, mommy, go home and come tomorrow. I'll call you so that we come and discuss it fully. So on the next day, I came back and he was like, the question he asked me was, mommy, can you do pharmacy technician
Oh,
at
okay.
WA? And I was like, hey, from Takrady to WA, I don't know anything in WA. I don't know anything in Wa. I've not that I've heard the name Wa before. I didn't know anything about Wa.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, okay, so but when he said, I was like, because I was desperate to go to school, I was like, okay, I'll go. I had no option. I'll go. So I'll go and tell my mom about this, and you'll see the way forward. So I went to discuss with my mom, and my mom was like, okay, I'll help you so that you go. So he took, like, he contacted a friend and everything was okay. So I just took one day the friend called me. I was like, Mommy, just pick your bag and you've gotten the opportunity to go to Wapoli to do your HND. And I was like, okay,
Mm.
no problem. So after Wapoli, 3 years on the land of Wa, I came back home and no, let me say I did an internship within the school, like every year. Please, can you hear me?
Yes, yes, I'm listening. You're very audible.
Because it shows here oh, okay. So within the internship, like when you are in the diploma setup of schooling,
Mm.
you every year ending of the year you do some internship. So my first year I did not come home. The following year I came. So when I came home, I was doing my internship in one hospital in Takrady, and I met a friend guy, a pharmacist there. He was like, "You are very good and you are very active, mommy. So what do you want to do after you complete your HND in pharmacy technician?" And I was like, "I want to become a pharmacist and a lecturer again." So the guy introduced me to my alma mater, that is Lovely Professional University in India, and he taught me the process and everything. Again, I went back to my mom. Those days, my mom was in the US, and I told her, and he was like, "No problem, I'll help you go to school because I know you love school." And I was like, "Okay."
That's
So she helped me. Yeah, she helped me, and I went to India. So this is how I chose pharmacy, and this is how I chose India.
Your story keeps getting interested and interested. I thought you've always been interested in pharmacy. Like, I think it's because since we started, on LinkedIn, it's been a lot of pharmacies conversations, So, and for you to have mentioned that you did pharmacy technician in WA, I've always thought, okay, this is a lady who just love. Wow, that we'll come into that story as well, because now it looks like the conversation is about to change altogether to ask you how, like, well, I mean, it's amazing. It's amazing. And again, it shows how determined and willing you are to sort of improve, to grow, to, use whatever talent and knowledge that you have to better yourself. I mean, somebody else would have said, no, that's not what I want to do, and I want to do this, and look at all the limitations on them. I mean, who would move to what? You said you didn't know anything. Who would move to what? Not knowing anything
No
about
family member.
what? Not knowing anything about pharmacy. I mean, that what are the odds that somebody would choose that option? But here you are. You chose it, and you're thriving in it. You're loving it so much that you want to do more with pharmacy. That is amazing. That is amazing. So moving on. So now let's jump to when you got to India. How did the journey start? Why India of all places as well? Um, was it some place that you wanted to go, or just like wow, it was like sort of suggested?
Yeah, just like what? Yeah, I was suggested so because I want a profession, so I
Mm,
just wanted to do, but I had the intention of like I want to become a lecturer in future, whether pharmacy or not pharmacy. I'll become the lecturer I want to become. Yeah.
wow.
So I wrote something down about tell us this about your study abroad in India.
Mm,
So I said that studying has abroad has made me learn a lot of experiences in life. It has made me know God very well. It has made me be an independent person, and it has made me know a lot of people like you. How I met you in
oh,
LinkedIn on LinkedIn. So as I'm
amazing.
sharing my study in India,
Mm,
studying abroad journey, it hasn't been easy. This story has like I remember the very first day I came to South Africa, and we had a program, and I shared the story. Everybody was amazed, but
mm,
and everybody the room became so quiet, and I was like, people felt for me, but this journey of studying in India
mhm.
has made me like know God very well, and has made me learn a lot of experience in life. Never to like don't lose hope,
Mm,
and never give up in life. In everything, in any aspect of your life, never give up. Just push on. But God, if you depend on God, God would help you do it. So as I go, I went to India. So when I reached India, I started my course of Bachelor of Pharmacy. So my mom, after a year, my fees was paid from first year, everything complete. Like my fees, my accommodation, my feeding, everything was complete for first year. So the following year came. I was then when my mom called me, was like, "Mommy, this is a devastated and frustrating and depressing news." And I was like, "What is it?" It was like the savings that I'm using for your school has been the government has touched it. It's like the government has put the hands on it that you are like the money we've lost the money totally. And I was like, wow. But
wow.
you know
Just like
what I
that.
told my mom? I told my mom yes, and I told my mom, "Mom, don't give up. I'll still fight. I know what I'll do. Don't worry." And in India, the country India, there is no job. Whoever says India there is job is a liar. There is no job in India. A lot of people, I mean, every day I tell people, there are a lot of people doing a lot of things that
Mm.
we don't mention of. Yeah.
Wow.
What would I do? But I was just sitting there one day, I was asking myself, God, how will I survive? How will I
Mm.
pay my fees? How will I pay my accommodation? How will I feed myself? So in my father's house they have this thing, catering thing. So I love cooking. I can use 5 minutes to any Ghanaian meal,
Wow.
10 minutes to cook any Ghanaian meal, any local dish, any local drink. So there's one Nigerian guy who normally comes to my place, and when he comes, I just serve him with food like Ghanaian meals, and he'll be like, "Hey, mommy, you cook like you are in your own house. You don't cook like you're a student. You cook like you're a mother and you are cooking." So when he came, like I've been discussing my issue with him that this is happening to me now because there's nothing coming from the house. This is what my mama told me. And he was like, "You okay?" So he was just there and he was like, "Mommy, why don't you start cooking and selling?" I was like, "Wow, can I cook and sell in somebody's country?" And he was like, "You are a good cook." He was like, "You are a very good cook because I didn't love food. Like, but when I come to your place, you give me every meal, especially fish. You give me and you cook it very well for me." And I was like, "Okay." So I took the guy's idea, the advice, and I started something on my veranda. I was going to school Monday to Friday, nice Mondays to Thursday, but on Friday I would just sneak from school. I won't go to school, and on my veranda I'll cook any Ghanaian meal from morning to evening.
Wow.
So
Wow.
for some time it started improving. People call me for birthday parties. People call me for
Chef.
like big platforms, yeah. And people come in their houses to cook gravy, soups, and stuff for them. And what I was doing is that maybe on Saturday somebody will order meal and I'll just pick a train and just deliver. Sometimes on Saturday evening in morning, I'll just pick my bag around 4, 3 o'clock, pick a train. I'll come the following day, Sunday 3,
Wow.
because I'll reach somewhere and I'll just sleep, and the following day I'll come pick a train back home. So I did this for a year, and by the grace of God, I gathered money. I went to school to talk to the authorities that this is my situation now. So if they can help me, um, like divide the money into pieces so that I can pay
Like a
any
split
train to
payment.
yeah. So whatever money I get, I just go and deposit. I just go and deposit. My mother too sometimes will get some money and just support, but it's not enough. But what I was doing, I was using it for my accommodation, my feeding, my everything.
Wow.
So after a year again, the veranda thing became a restaurant, and I opened a restaurant in India,
Wow, Mami.
anywhere in Punjab.
Pharmacy in Wa. A
I'm telling
pharmaceutical technician in Wa. Moved to India to study.
you.
Uses the veranda because of stuff. Now the veranda turns into a restaurant. Hey, Mami.
Restaurant, I'm
You're
telling you.
something else. Wow.
So with that, I started. I somebody told me that you can tell the Indians that, like, I was still going to school, doing my classes, everything was intact, no backlogs, no nothing. I was just doing my thing, but I was still focusing of the business because that is what is giving me money to
Money.
pay my fees and everything. So a friend of mine told me, "Mommy, why don't you go to different states and buy the cassava and stuff, and come and do gari and stuff, Tom Brown." And so I started everything and I did those things in packages and stuff. And somebody would say, "Give me 50 kg, 20 kg, thank you." I was just doing it and selling alongside with my school. And by the grace of God, I completed my Bachelor of Pharmacy. And the restaurant was still booming. Hmm. So
Wow.
after some time, when the corona trooped in, the restaurant started going down. But by the grace of God, I finished my bachelor's.
Bachelor's.
So I was there. I wanted to go back home because I was just like I just my breath.
Mm, mm,
I'm tired.
mm.
I'm tired.
I can
I was
only
tired of
imagine.
life. How can a 22, 23 years child come and suffer in somebody's country?
Wait,
But
you
it's
were
fine.
when that is brave. That is
I'm
brave.
telling you, I was just a child.
That's brave.
I was just a
That's
child.
brave. Well done. Well done.
Yeah,
That
let
is
me say,
wow.
from the time I left home till now, it's almost 10 years now. Living my life independently. Nobody.
Well
So as
done.
I'm saying, thank you. So as I'm saying, I completed school. I wanted to go back home. I bought my ticket, everything,
Mm.
prepared my stuff to go back. A friend called me and was like, "Mommy, Pharmacy Council says if you don't have master pharmacy, don't come home and come and write the licensure exams. You should have a PharmD or a master of pharmacy." I was like, "Hey, how can I go home now? I'm supposed to go back and take my ticket money back." So in that evening, I called them and I was like, "This is what has happened." I called my mom and my mom was like, "Hey, mommy, so the 4 years has been wasted." I was like, "No, I'm not giving
No.
up. I'll go. I'll go to the masters. I'll do it.
Mm,
I'll do it." And
mm,
that the restaurant has gone down because of the corona, everything. Because people were not patronizing the food because they were like, "We don't have money and stuff." So I told myself I'll still go. I'll never give up. I'll never lose hope. I'll do it. So I took my ticket and I asked my God. That day I went onto my knees. I asked God that, God, why me?
mm.
Why are you letting me suffer like this?
Yeah.
But I was like, okay, like I did not hear anything. I was just like, I prayed to my God. So after a week, a friend called me and was like, "So what? How will we help you to do your masters?" And I was like, "Okay, I'm searching for schools in India there." I got a school. I entered, paid some school fees. There was issues and stuff. They said visa issue. I spent 5 years in India. I should go back home, get a new visa. Hey, who is getting me money to go
I
and
need to do.
go to Ghana? Hmm. So I started begging. It came to a time I started begging food for people from people,
No way.
begging money for me because the restaurant has gone down. So I went home and came back by the grace of God and still started doing my masters and stuff. I did 1 year and I asked my God, "So God, I've paid for 1 year. Is there with another 1 year? How will I pay for the rest?"
Mm,
I So for truth to be told, I didn't know how I'll pay my fees for the
mm,
following year because the business is gone and now I've moved I want to do masters and go back home. So that time, that is where my I knew God very well because my mother told me that, "Mommy, nobody can help you. None of your family member can help you. I have no money to help you. Your father can't help you.
mm.
So it's only God who can help you survive." So I trusted in God. I had faith in God. I did everything in God. Hmm. I was praying. I prayed with some friends and some colleagues, and one day a friend who bought some of my food. Those days, that man was in India doing the PhD. So he ordered some of the food, and he was like, "Bring it to me." And I brought it to like I did courier service. They sent it. So when this man called, like, "I want to help you. God said I should help you. So what do you want to do?" And
Whoa.
I said, "Me, I want to go to school. I'll go to school. I want to do my master." And he was like, "But you are doing your master." I was like, "This after this year."
Don't
After
know.
this semester, I can't pay the rest of the fees. He was like, okay, no problem, I'll help you. So give me just 3 days or a week. So I was then when this man called me again and was like, a professor will call you, tell him all your issues, and he will help you. So that is how I got the opportunity to get South Africa, my roots university where I am, the admission and everything. Now the admission is in. Is there with visa? Is there with plane ticket? How do you go? Everything is done.
as, as soon as one problem is solved, another just takes
You know,
up life.
I'm telling you, sister,
Wow.
life. I told myself that whoever tells me not to go to South Africa, the person, whether my grandmother, whether my auntie, whether my mother, I will go
Mm.
because I won't stay here and be a burden and be a liability. Because God told me that I should go, so I'll go.
Oh,
And God told me that you will go and be the professor you want to become,
I'm
that lecturer you want to become. And I was like, okay.
you're
So
looking
I was
forward
then when hmm, a friend called me again and told me that, Mommy, I'll pay for your visa
to.
and I'll pay for a plane ticket. The day the visa came, I rolled, I took the visa from the Korean man, entered the lift to my room, to my friends. Like I had some friends I've been working with and talking.
Mm.
I rolled on the floor like I'm a mad person, and we're like, "Mommy, why are you crying?" And I was like, I'll come here and come and laugh and play. You don't know what I'm passing through,
You don't
but we
know.
serve a living. So you don't know because we all come, sit down, chat, and have fun. So they think everything is
Everything
raw.
is okay.
And I thought, yes,
Mm.
I told them that my God has said, I serve has never failed me. And this is a testimony for Christ that we should serve God very well.
Mm.
So I got the visa, I got my plane ticket, and I came to South Africa. So this is the journey. This is my
Wow,
journey
wow.
to India.
I don't know where to pick it from. There's so many key points in your journey that I don't know even where where to focus because it's a powerful journey. It's a very powerful journey. You know, in the beginning, right? You said something that you wrote down that has touched me so much, right? And that is because I can relate. I can relate when you're going through your hardest or your tough times. You know, it's it's how you take it. It's what you learn from it. And this has become my mantra. And I share it on any platform. Anytime I get the opportunity to say something, I always say this. And I think recently, right, I was just there and I was just openly asking God, like, why do we have to struggle? And then I just sat there and I was like,
Hmm,
why am I even asking this question? Then
hmm,
I just went through my life, the times that
hmm,
I became very confident in my relationship with God, the times that I became very confident in myself and in my abilities, the time that I became unstoppable, the time that I persevered, the time that my character evolved, the time that I reached a different stage in life, the time that I got platforms or places that I didn't even think I would even get to. It was all through when I had come through or I've come out of a very difficult time. I've gone through a struggle that I've just overcome, you know, I've just overcome a hurdle. So I just stood there and laughed and I smiled and I was like, I think I have my answer now. You know, in as much as we want life to just go on smoothly, hey, I am still an advocate for soft life and everything going smoothly, right? But I also
yeah,
believe that our struggles is what makes us who we are. I mean, Mami, if not for your story, we won't be here having this conversation. We might have a different
Exactly.
conversation.
And you know what I told God? I
Mm,
told God that God, when you let me come through from these problems and
mm.
these issues, I will let the world know you better. And
Amen.
I will
Amen.
impact the world through, like, I'll impact the world through my story. And
Ah,
today, this
here
week,
you
I've
are.
been thanking him that, yeah, I'm telling you,
Wow.
God.
If you're just joining us, you've missed the first half of it, but hey, we're still going. I know there's more to come. Um, Again, this is changing the narrative, and this is why we do what we do. You might be looking to study abroad. These are the kind of stories that we share, not to sort of derail you or to say do not travel, but it is also to prepare you of the worst that is to come should the worst come, but it's also to let you know that hey, it is still possible. The fact that the struggles does not mean that you will not be able to achieve it. I mean, look at Mami now. She's finished her bachelor's, even with everything that was thrown at her. She's now almost completing her master's, again with everything that was thrown at her. So it is possible, but it is also you as a person, how you navigate the whole process. And if you embody the process in its entirety, there are times where, right, during my process, I've tried to jump the hurdle and I've only had to come back and go through the process again, because you know what, in the Bible, it says allow yourself to go through the process. you know let
Exactly.
let allow yourself to go through the process, and at the end let perseverance take its course, because through it all, patience, perseverance, determination, it is what builds your character. And I keep saying to myself, man, it's not easy during that process, during that silent time, during that
There
prayer.
are cries, there are
Hey,
cries, you cry,
hey. And
it
then you
hasn't
come
been
out,
easy.
you come out and everyone feels you're okay. Why? Because like you said, you're smiling. You're still not, there's one thing that I love to say. So we thank God we do not look like what we've gone through, because some of us, hey, you will not be able to look at us. But it is what
Eh?
has made it.
Somebody will ask me that, hey, so somebody will ask me, so do you have a
Do
problem?
you
I'm
have a
like, seriously, do you have a problem? I'm like, because I laugh, I
yeah?
joke, and
Oh, I can relate.
like, you can't see me very happy. You think I don't have any issue, but
Mm,
there are things under there that we are fighting over with God.
yeah. We
Hmm.
thank God. We thank God we don't look like what we've been to, because some of us, you won't be able to look at us. But we thank God.
Hey.
And you know what? I'll
Hmm.
take another scripture from the Bible. Like gold. When you see gold in its raw state on the floor, you probably just walk past it. But when it's gone through the fire, when it's gone
The
through that
process.
melting process, the molding process, the
Exactly.
shining process, and it's there, that is when it becomes very attractive. Sometimes in my very
Exactly.
low moments, and when nothing is seems it's like nothing seems to be happening, nothing seems to be going right, I just sit down and I go, is this another fire moment, or what is this? And but at the end of the day, when you keep your eyes on the vision, on that gold, on that final shiny product, it's worth it. Like you said, Mommy, you said you knew you want to be a lecturer. By hook or crook, you're gonna be it. And this is your shining
Yes.
moment. This is what the whole process is like. Yeah, the process is there, but I don't it's not this is not what is going to stop me. I want to be a lecturer, and that is it. And as soon as you're able to capitalize on that, capture that mindset that this is what I want to be, this is what I'm going to do, and I'll get there. You know what? Regardless of what life throws at you, regardless of the roadblocks, regardless of the hurdles you have to cross, so far as you keep your eyes on the goal, so far as you keep your eyes on the vision, you become unstoppable. This is great. This is great, Mami. This is great. Thank you so much for for sharing this, because yeah, I can only imagine. I can only imagine it because from Ghana you go to India,
India.
and then you now
South
become
Africa.
a restaurateur, and then as it's going well, everything crumbles again. COVID happens. You have to come back to Ghana to then go back to India to now end up in South Africa. Hey, you know what? So someone would have just come home and be like, "Nope, that's it."
Yeah, people, when the journey started, people were like, why don't you go home and just go and sleep? Just, I was like, you people, you don't know what I want in life. And those
Mm,
people, now those people are like, your story is an impressive one. You're a woman of resilience. You're determined. I was like, serious. Like, when
story has
people
now
let me come and
gained
share my issue.
wow, wow, that's amazing. It's funny, right? We just had an event. I was in an event with Chris York and Peter Bewa. Shout outs to you both. And Peter was using his life, right, to sort of encourage all of us. And just like yourself, it's giving you that that story to share to encourage someone. It's giving you a reason to continue in life because you know you can come out of it. It's giving you now the platforms to share your story, to also encourage someone. And you're still it's giving you platforms, it's opening doors for you, it's giving you a character traits that people can only imagine. You understand? And this is what Peter was saying. Now that you mentioned your environment, there was something that Peter said. He said your environment can make or make you, so choose wisely. Like the people around you.
Understand? Yes,
Imagine
yes,
if
yes.
this thought went into you and you had followed through and just given up.
In my encouragement, right? I wanted to tell people that the advice my mom gave me when I was moving
Mm,
2017 to India was that, mommy, the house, we don't have anything. But
mm,
you going, let God be your helper
mm.
and make friends who can impact your life positively.
Again.
And my father told me that when you are going, don't make friends that will spoil your life because
Mm,
your education is your everything. My property, my family will take it from you, but your head and your what's the name, your certificate, nobody
no.
can take it from your head.
Mm, wow.
So now, every day I tell my mom that, so now this thing is in my head. So
Mhm.
when I'm just going in a different way, I just remember it and go to that. Huh. If I'm going to the wrong path, I'll just remember this two this thing advice and just
Right.
move to the right path because
Yeah. Shout out to
hmm,
all the parents out there giving us that amazing advice. Shout out to all the friends
I'm telling
and
you,
families and acquaintances, colleagues, giving us that words of encouragement to not to give up. Shout outs to you all. You are the real MVPs because I mean, if not for your advice and the encouragement you give to some of us, I mean, it gets to a point. These are the words that encourages us to move on. These are the words that makes us want to still carry on and see everything through. So to all the positive people out there, shout outs to you all. God bless you. You're doing the work of God. You don't know, but you are. Because you're making destinies happen. You're helping people's destiny to be fulfilled, whether you know it or not. That's You're doing the work of God, and God bless you all. Shout outs to all of you. Keep on doing the great work.
one day in India, right? I was going through a devastated issues, right? And a friend called me and was like, "Mommy, I want to kill myself."
Jesus.
I was like, seriously, what is the issue? And he told me all the issue, and I was like, if I tell you mine, you'll be wondering. But no problem. This is the advice I want to give you. And just last week, the lady called me and was like, "Mommy, thank you very much. If not you, I would have died
Imagine.
2019." I was like, "Oh, thank you very much
Can you
for
imagine?
acknowledging me in your life."
Hmm.
Hmm.
Wow. Wow, that's amazing. Right. Wow. So now we've moved from India, right? You're now in South Africa.
Yeah, South Africa.
What happened in South Africa? How far?
Oh, yeah. So in South Africa, South Africa is okay. Let me say where I am now. My school. I'm in the Eastern Cape of South Africa,
Okay.
and the weather. That's the bad point of it. The weather is killing us. Here you can predict weather today to be shiny. Here you can predict weather today to be rainy. You can. I
Wow.
remember last 2 weeks I went to Pretoria. The weather was really hot.
Mm,
But when I entered, it's like entered Grahamstown where I am, I saw the rain and I was like, I've come home. This is Grahamstown for you. So the weather is not all that good. Now that we are entering the winter, it's not easy. But South Africa has been the best place ever for me.
that's
It
good.
has been like they've been welcoming my school, my professors, my lecturers, and everybody in my department. Shout out to them. They've been
That's
good
good.
to me. Sometimes the boys, I'm the only lady in between them, and they'll bully you, and you should bully back. My lecturer will be like, "Mommy, mommy doesn't let any man bully him."
That's good.
I'll be like, "Sir, this boys, when they are very good, they've been like brothers to me, and they've been like professors and everything. I thought Africa has been good because here we lecture, we teach, we do everything.
Mm,
Oh, it's been good. Yeah, it's like what I want to become.
mm-hmm.
South Africa has made me know like the process. It's teaching me that pass this way through the lecturing. That I told you that I want to become a lecturer
Lecture.
in future, but South Africa. And thanks
Wow.
be to God because God told me that when you come to South Africa, you will become the lecturer you want to become. And
And
now the confidence is that I
is
have
there.
become like I'm not a lecturer yet, but
You
the
can see it.
process of
Getting
becoming,
the experience.
yes, yes,
Nice.
yes.
Nice.
The
Nice.
experience is very good.
That's good. Wow. Well, so it looks like you're settling in well and you're enjoying.
Yeah.
So, okay. So, how many years left for the end of your program?
Oh, just a month or two.
Oh wow!
I'm almost
Congratulations
done.
in
Yeah. Thank you.
advance.
Um,
Congratulations in advance. Well done, mommy. Well done.
it's love is the
Wow.
latter part and it's not easy. Huh?
You do it. Come on. You do it. You do it. You've come far.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank
we're
you.
rallying
Thank you.
behind you. You do it. Wow. So,
Thank you.
after the 2 months, are you staying in South Africa or okay?
Oh,
Maybe God has
yeah,
not told me yet.
I want to do further. No, I wanted to do the further studies, but ah, funding. Whoever you contact to be like funding. You should get your like they'll pay your fees, but you should get your accommodation fee and insurance and stuff. So I'm just checking if I can do. If I can't do, I'll just go back home. And see, I don't know what God has for me
The
here
God
again.
who
Yeah.
brought you to India, to Ghana, South Africa, that same God.
Uh-huh.
Don't give up. You make a way.
Oh, amen.
Congratulations. Someone says in the
Thank
comment
you.
section that congratulations. Yeah.
Thank you.
We're
Thank
rallying
you.
behind you and we know that um very soon you'll be here celebrating lecturer, professor.
Ah,
Mame.
eh, amen.
Wow, that's amazing.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
moving on, good and bad point about studying in India. So we'll start with India, then we move to South Africa. So, okay, let's start with the good point. What if say
Okay.
someone comes to you and say, "Mommy, I've gotten an admission to an Indian school." Give them the good point of studying in that country.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay. what I would say is that if you don't have, like, if you are self-funded and your parents are funding you, right? I won't accept it. I would advise you not to go.
Wow.
But if you're having a scholarship, that one you know that, like me being in South Africa, I have a scholarship, so I do I have I'm just pompous over that
Yeah,
because
yeah.
at the end of the night you know that there's something coming to your coffers, not depending
Mm,
on somebody. Yeah. And I advise everybody, whoever, that if you want
mm,
to school abroad anywhere, not in India, just get a scholarship, just get a funding.
mm.
That is it. You get a funding.
It takes
Because
that
without that,
financial burden off you, doesn't it?
I'm telling you, you like, if you get a funding of fees and everything, the only thing is to learn and
Mm,
just get what is important and just do your works, and that is all. Not as you are saying that the financial burden gets out of you. Very true.
mm.
Funding is important. Me, I would advise, because in India, the bad aspect, people are doing a lot of things
Wow.
in India, things that we can mention, a lot of things,
Serious.
and we've seen with our eyes.
Is
I'm
it
telling you,
good
Ghanaians,
question? Is it oh I was just you just said Ghanaians. I was gonna say, is it the Indians as in that
yeah,
the
people. No, our African people, they will come. They don't have funding. They are supposed to stop. Me, somebody came through my West time. Somebody came and told me, "Why don't you do? Let's do position." And I was like, "No, I can't do it because my image is important."
wow.
Yes, people are doing
You
it.
came to school and this is what
Um,
life has
I'm
reduced
telling you,
India.
yes,
Jesus.
yes, people are doing a lot of things, bad things to survive because there is no job in that country.
Hmm.
Things that people are doing, it's a lot. But those people too who are doing good things too, it's not easy for them.
Easy.
Yes, it's not easy. So me, I would advise
Mm.
whoever is going to school abroad to first get funding, not like your parents helping you, because anything can happen. I never dreamt that my mother's money would just go just like that, because he knew, she knew she's coming to, she's in the US, she's coming to Ghana, and I'll leave to India, and everything will be schooling very well, we'll be enjoying life. But when she came, the government said, "I've just put my hands on your money. The
Just
money is
like that.
just gone. How, who is going to support you?
Hmm.
Who is going, who, if you call somebody, your family member, nobody will help you. Somebody will insult you. Somebody will disgrace you. But this is the reason why, because we've gone through a lot in India. So
Hmm.
me, if you would come to me and tell me, "Oh, I want to go to abroad for schooling," I'll tell you that please get fund, get scholarship. If you don't have fully funded scholarship, don't go. Just stay
Hmm.
in the country, Ghana or whatever country school. It's better to be in the house for your mother to give you and go to the university in, like, you are in the house schooling. It's better that way. That one, like every
You don't
what's
have
the
a problem. You don't, yeah, you're home. I was funny enough, I was having
you
this
are home.
conversation with Dr. Enoch, and I said, the pressure
Hmm,
overseas is different from the pressure when you're home. Overseas, back
hmm.
home, you can go and go and do
Therefore,
and give me
it
some
came to
cake.
a time, it came to a time that for me, for 3 days, I've never eaten. Who are
Jesus.
you going to tell? You drink water and sleep,
Hey.
and your friends will come. So me, every day I tell myself that I will take friends who would impact me. So
Mm,
people tell me in
very
India that
important.
I don't like human beings. It's not that
That's
I
fine.
don't like human beings, because
That's,
somebody can come and spoil your life.
yeah, this is exactly what
In South
people were
Africa,
trying
people tell me
to
I don't like human being. My professor will be like, "You, mommy, you don't have a friend. I'm like, yes, I have friends, but just I don't associate myself because me and whoever I advise, I tell the person that your friends can impact your life, your friends can spoil your life. So take
Mm.
people who can impact your life.
Wow.
And
Wow.
I've been begging
Very
people
deep message today. Mm.
if you are going to abroad, I beg you in the name of God, whatever God you say, get funding. Don't
Mm.
depend on parents. That because anything can happen in the house.
Yes.
But if you're having a fully funded scholarship, no burden on your head,
Mm.
just learn,
You just
enjoy
learn.
your life, and
Yeah.
just learn. That is all.
Wow.
Just learn and enjoy your life.
Wow.
That is all.
Hmm. So if you're listening and you're looking to study, this has been a very inspirational, powerful, thought-provoking um, conversation with Mami, and where we are now is her using her experience and what she's gone through in her study abroad journey, and now she's to encourage as well as advise those of us out there looking to study abroad. See, this is why we do what we do, because sometimes these things you don't hear it out there, and then you end up going through the very same thing that could have been prevented. I'm telling you, struggling abroad is on a different scale
Hmm.
to being back home. This is what people do not get, but it's fine. You two come and taste it if you want, but we will tell
You can't
you
go
what we
to
get.
somebody's house and go and tell the person, please, I want money, I want food to eat. No,
Yeah,
nobody will mind you. But in Ghana or wherever that you are, you can in your home country, you can be like, I'm going to your next door neighbor
mm,
to go for some like Gary or anything that you want to. And they're experiencing and what I'll say is that when you travel abroad, it makes you an independent person.
yes, that's
You
what
become
that's.
independent.
Mm-hmm.
You and your God. Apart from that, you can't share your issues to any other person. Like in Ghana, you can go to somebody, discuss your issue, and the person will no. But abroad makes you become an like the last time I was listening to somebody, and the person was like, abroad when you come to abroad at a younger age, you become a grandmother or an older person when in abroad when you are young because it makes you become an independent person and if you don't know God very well too, you become something else. Maybe you've been following friends and stuff. I've been saying that what has really helped me is that first, my God, and secondly, how I choose my friends.
Mm,
Yeah. So me every day I've been telling people that make friends who can impact you.
mm,
So me if I'm closer to you, um, I just um I just study you before I talk my issues to you.
yeah,
Like that's
that's,
it. I just study
that's,
you very well before and
that's it.
the impact coming. It's very important to me because if you don't make an impact to me, why should I worry myself telling you my issues? Yeah,
Mm,
that is it. And we go because your parents will not be there in the abroad if you are whether US or anything. But your God is with you. So in anything, just tell him.
mm,
Yeah, just tell him that
very
please I want this and stuff. It's not like Ghana that your parents are there, huh? Just depend on him and live your life. And funding. The funding is
it's
important.
very important.
Funding because a lot hmm,
Mm,
funding is important though.
very important.
Hmm.
Somebody will be thinking why I'm saying that. Yeah. I'm doing my MBA, right?
Funding.
And I'm home student. So and I'm feeling the pains. Imagine you international student. Man, it's it's on a different scale. And I was talking to
Yeah.
someone, I said,
Like the way you are in UK, somebody, an international student can come to you and be like, please give me food or anything. No, you tell him you don't have. You tell her you don't have.
Hmm.
But yeah, but if you're in the house, you would be like, okay, take this small thing I have, let me share with you.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
helps a lot back home with some of
yeah,
alleviating
funding is very important. Funding,
very.
scholarship, it's very important.
Get it
If
though.
you don't
Listen
have
and get them
scholarship,
before you go.
if you don't have scholarship, don't go to abroad for school. It's not
It's
easy, and
not.
especially in India. In India, but now they have some scholarship that is raining. It is ICCR scholarship and Study in India scholarship. Yeah, it's raining, but if you get it, fine. If you don't get it, just don't go
Yeah.
because people are there suffering. It's not easy on that land.
Wow.
People are doing a lot of things to survive.
Wow. Yes.
Somebody
Yeah.
can remove your kidney to.
Whew. Wow.
Oh,
Jeez.
things are happening on the land, that India land. There is no end, and
Go to.
now because of these things, if you are not having scholarship and stuff, the school will not allow you to go to school. I know people who are just in the house not going to school and they don't have visa and stuff because of funding, because
Wow.
they don't have fees and stuff. It's not easy. So me, I
Mm.
would advise everybody who wants to go to abroad, not India, any part of the world that you want to school, please and please get funding. It's important. It's
Wow.
very
Thank you
important.
so much, Mommy.
And
Thank you so much. Mm.
make your God everything.
Yes.
Thank
Very
you very
important.
much.
Very
Thank
important.
you very much for giving me your platform to
No,
share
thank
my
you for
story.
coming. Like
I really appreciate.
you're more than welcome. We appreciate you. We thank you for sharing this with us, and it's an amazing story you have, Mommy. It's really remarkable. Like I'm saying, for you to still have kept on
Those
that
days,
that
I remember
to get
those
here.
days. I say it and cry, but now I've just told myself I'm just impacting people. So
Yes.
whatever that I say, I don't cry about it, but just
That's
impacting people.
amazing. I mean, you've got smiles on your face throughout, and you see what it's that is the glory when you've gone through the process. That is the glory. That is the amazing thing when you've come through the process and you see the end of the light, like the light at the end of the tunnel, like they put it. This is when you can smile and say, God did it. Like and I did it and I'm here. And it gives you, like I keep saying, it gives you that confidence. It gives you that ability to shine in a way that people don't even believe. How you've come this far, because like we established in the beginning that, I mean, why would you go back to India when you've been able to escape and come back home? But look at you, you did, and it's only opened a bigger door for you to get to where you are. And the resilience that we say, you see, there's certain words that we use. It's not easy for you to be able to get those words like perseverance, determination, um, endurance, patience. These words, if you're, it takes a lot of tough times for you to be able to embody all of these things and be described as embodying these words. So, Mommy, we're very proud of you and congratulations in advance for your graduation in few months. And yeah, we pray to God to
Yeah,
see you through. The God that has brought you this far will see you through, and we're waiting to celebrate you after your graduation or during your graduation on LinkedIn and everywhere, for how far you've come, and that beautiful story that you have. Keep sharing it, keep using it to encourage a lot of people out there, because I know this journey is not easy. It's not easy, whether it's in India, South Africa, Germany, US, Australia, UK. It's not an easy process. It's not. I mean, some people have had the best out of it. Some have had the worst out of it. But at the end of the day, all that we're trying to do or trying to say is that the journey is long. The journey is very unpredictable. But in all, be ready to go through the process. Be ready to have that growth mindset. Be ready to cultivate that ideology that you will do it, you will make it. But in all of this as well, do your due diligence before you leave home. Not every opportunity looks like an opportunity. Recently, we had a similar situation where I called Dr. Enoch and I said, I need your help with this. I know what I think, but I need your help. He looked at it and he said, nope. And this is it. You see, sometimes it takes that. Sometimes when somebody is telling you the real truth or the reality on the ground, do not take it as
Mhm.
a discouragement. They're only trying to save you a lot of headache. They're only trying to prevent you doing all these bad things that Mami has shared that other people are doing back there in other people's countries. If they probably might have listened or might have had somebody to talk to them, maybe they wouldn't have been in that predicament. But here we are. So changing the narrative is all about changing the narrative. Is all about using stories like Mami's one to encourage us, for us to learn, and for us to pick one or two things out of it and use it to apply to our lives. What have we learned today with Mami? Your background, the people you keep, the environment, the things you listen to, the people you listen to, the things you watch, the people you watch. It can make or unmake you. Know your God in and out. Believe in your God in and out. And do your research before you leave your country. If you do not have that funding, if you don't have that um, financial stability to take that pressure off you, chances are, if you're not careful, it will affect your education. You've left your home country to go and seek or attain a degree, and the last thing you want is financial burden to add to the studying struggles that trying to do research, trying to even adapt to accents, trying the cultural shocks and everything. The last thing you want is financial burden. So let's bear all of these things in mind. So before we wrap up, Mame, give us your last words. Encourage somebody out there who is looking to study abroad, who is also already abroad and facing a few challenges here and there. Give us your last words to these individuals.
Okay, my last word is all about, as I said already, the very first thing is just like have faith in God. Tell all your issues to Him, because when you tell your family members, some will not mind you, some would say good things, some will say bad things, but God will never disappoint you.
Mm,
I'm just a testimony for God because I know what God has done for me. I'm just telling you, just trust Him, just believe Him. Whatever God you are serving, Allah, any other God, but just trust in that God. I serve the Holy God, so I am. I'm just telling you to trust in Him.
mm,
And secondly, as I'm saying, those who want to go to abroad for schooling, please fund them. It's important.
very important.
That one,
We can't take it
scholarship
now.
is very, yeah. And thirdly is your colleagues, how you pick your friends, how you pick. It's very important because some friends can make your life come or make your life. So, like some friends can make your life so good. Some too can make like some can make your like spoil your life.
Mm,
So take friends who can impact your life positive. So they are impacting you, you are impacting them. It's vice versa. Yeah.
mhm,
So this is
mm,
what
mm.
I have this
Wow.
evening for you. Thank you very much for listening to me. Thank you,
Thank
Efua.
you, Maame.
I'm
Thank
grateful.
you. We're
I'm
also very
grateful.
grateful. We're also very grateful for you to, share your story with us and give us this wonderful um, advice. So, without wasting much more time, thank you, our viewers. Thank you very much. And this is Changing the Narrative. I am your
Hey,
humble
and
host.
one thing, please, one
Mhm.
thing.
Mm.
I told my if you don't mind your business, like minding your business is very important.
Mind
Hmm.
your business and
That
drink
one, if
water.
I yes, mind your business wherever that you are. Because I
Very
thank God,
important.
me, I mind my business. So wherever that I am, I'm very cool. I have no trouble
Mm,
with anybody. And
mm.
yes. So mind your business. That's the last thing. Mind your business. Thank
That that is a powerful last words. Mind your business and drink water, so that nobody will come and put their wahala on you. It's very important.
you. I'm
Um,
telling you.
thank you very much, Mami. Thank you very much. Yes, so this is changing the narrative. I'm your humble host, Stefan Ponsa. Before we run it all up, so three individuals, two organizations coming together to empower 150 girls with reusable pads. Why are we doing this? There's a lot that women go through. There's a lot of impediments. There's a lot of things that prevents women from achieving certain greatness as compared to their counterparts males. And being a woman shouldn't be part of it. So the monthly flow should not be part of it. They're all, especially those in rural areas. So 28th of May is International Menstrual Health Day, and Chris York, myself, and Estelle, we're coming together to empower 150 girls with reusable pads to prevent them from getting involved in other activities just to buy menstrual products, because they can be very expensive and they're already having financial challenges. So now, being a woman or being a girl, sometimes they don't even understand the whole reason behind the flow. So we're educating them as well as giving them or showing them how to make reusable pad so they can enjoy their womanhood and go through their flow with confidence without having to engage in any activities that will bring on teenage pregnancy and which will impede their educational process or progress. So we're asking for help, we're asking for contributions, we're asking for support in achieving this goal on the 28th of May. Go on our pages to see how you can donate via PayPal. You can do it via your credit or debit card or Momo account or the bank account. Either way, if you want to also join us in achieving this goal, just DM us, Chrissy York, Estelle, and myself. This is our aim and this is our goal. So on behalf of and the two organizations being AAA and the Orange Girls, we're coming together, joining forces, collaborating, partnering, sponsoring each other to achieve this goal. So kindly share our post, kindly donate, kindly share with your friends and family and colleagues as we empower women and empower girls this coming month on the 28th. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you, Mami, once again for joining us today. This is Changing the Narrative, and we will be back on your screen again next month with another guest who will be here to share her journey as well and advise us on the importance of education. So thank you very much, and it is bye for now. Enjoy your weekend. Stay blessed.